Hello, everybody. I have a special guest here today. His name is Andrew Pasaporte. Andrew, say hi to the channel.
Hi guys, hi channel.
Yeah. So we will be doing an interview about his book. I'm sorry if I'm butchering the pronunciation. It's Gimo Jr.
It's
and
Gimo,
Gimo.
Gimo
Gimo.
Jr. Yeah.
Gimo Jr. and the Aswang clan. Right. So first of all, tell me about yourself and who you are as a writer.
Right. So thanks, Bea. Thank you for letting me go on your channel and promote the book. So my name is Andrew, as you introduced me. I'm actually a podcast producer, and also I do marketing for a startup company. Um, so I'm a new author. I've been wanting to write a children's book for the longest time. Just that this is like the first time I've actually had something out, like an actual physical book. But yeah, I've dabbled with writing for a while, and yeah, this is my first one, and I'm into creating stuff for kids, children's books.
Mm-hmm. Right. And I actually have a book club for children's literature, so I'm really
Nice.
excited for this.
Excited for that too.
Yeah. So when did you realize you wanted to be a writer?
You know what? I write content for websites, but that's not what this is about. Basically, I just want to write a book that is for kids and about kids. So for the longest time, that's at the back of my mind. I mean, when should I start this? But during the pandemic, it's a lot of time, right? So we stayed at home. There's
Yeah.
nothing to do, and you know how people are like, maybe I can do this, and and I did it. So no, my first project wasn't a middle grade novel. It was a children's book.
Oh.
I completed it from start to finish during the pandemic or the start of the pandemic in
Mm.
2020. But at the very end, I stopped myself. I mean, I'm not going to publish this. It doesn't look good. Um, I took a course in UP, thinking that I can learn how to illustrate, how to draw, because that's what I wanted to do. I just wanted a picture book. I just wanted a children's book.
Wow.
So I did that, and the end result wasn't any good. So let me just do something else. And then during that course, I took a UP, which is art and child psychology.
Oh.
One of the professors asked me if there was something or an event back when I was a kid that hindered me from writing or being creative. And during that talk or during that discussion, I actually thought of something actually. When I was about in second grade or third grade, there was a particular teacher who actually asked my parents to go to school or come. Uh, she asked them to go to the school to talk to them about me. So I was reported that I was disrupting the class because I was creating a lot of stories, writing stuff like comic strips and all that, and that stopped me. I mean, I didn't do that for the longest time until recently when so I got maybe to make it short, I got triggered in 2021 and
Uh-huh.
then started again. So maybe I can do this. That's why I did it.
I
Uh,
see.
yeah.
So why did you choose children in the first place? This is a
Oh,
very question.
I mean, yeah, I know that. So I'm really inspired by shows like Stranger Things, like
I
the movie It.
Yeah.
Where these movies, these series, TV shows are centered on children or a group of children having adventures, and those are like the genre that I really like. Yeah,
Mm.
this is one of them. Like, I mean, I wanted to try if I could create something like that.
Yeah, awesome.
Mhm.
So, who's your inspiration? Do you have any favorite writer and why?
I've been asked that a lot, but I really don't have like an inspiration, but when I was a kid, I like reading all those R.L. Stein books, the
Oh,
Goosebumps.
yeah,
Yeah,
reading your
yeah,
synopsis kind of reminded me of Goosebumps.
yeah. So I like those.
Yeah,
So that was one of the things that I thought of when I was writing this. And I
right.
wanted it really thin. However, due to some circumstances with the printing, I couldn't get it to be that thin Because I remember when I was a kid, I get really intimidated by thick books. So
Right.
yeah, so those R.L. Stein books were like the thin, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you
They
would
are.
read it one after the other, just go through them. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love those. Yeah.
Awesome. So how does your story start? And for the for the people who haven't heard of your story yet, and does it start with an image or an issue for your book?
No, I'm actually not thinking of doing an anthology or something like that, but
Uh-huh.
it's more of it's a standalone. You can read it. It's a standalone.
Right.
Um, yeah, and it's based on yeah, it's based on Philippine myth or mythology with urban legends sprinkled all through it. Yeah.
So why did you choose Philippine mythology?
Ah, yeah, exactly. So yeah, I know it's a little bit like a lot of people do it. I mean, recently we've seen a lot of books that are focused or are geared towards that, but it hasn't there hasn't been a book or I haven't read a book that has actually brought it like to like a modern or a modern type of storytelling. And that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm
Oh,
veering away from all those barrio vibes or like going to the mountains, all that. All
yeah,
the
yeah.
events that happening, they're suburbia or suburban.
Uh-huh. I see. So, as a writer, many people want to know this, like YouTube and everywhere, basically on social media, is about routines, like morning routines, evening
Oh
routines.
my God.
They're so obsessed with that. What's your writing routine like?
To be honest, I don't have a routine.
Oh,
Um, like I said, this started out as something that I thought I could do, and then I just started doing it day after day, week after week. But then
mm.
like I stopped for a year. I actually stopped for a year writing this.
Oh,
So it started
whoa.
in 2021, and then I stopped by December of 2021. Then all of 2022, I actually stopped writing the novel. I started again in December of 2022.
Oh.
There was a big gap in between. Yeah.
Was that
So
challenging? Because you stopped and you maybe forgot whatever you were gonna write?
it was challenging. It was actually no. It was challenging and also quite refreshing as well. Because when I stopped doing it, I stopped writing, I
Yeah.
was there was a point that I was actually tired of doing it, or actually maybe I shouldn't finish this, or I wasn't able to complete it until I thought that maybe I should by December of 2022, and that's what I did.
Mm, I see. So, since your book is middle grade, what would your advice be to middle grade writers or aspiring middle grade writers?
You know what? I'm not the perfect person to ask that. Because like I said, I'm a lazy writer. I don't have a routine just like you I mentioned. But yeah, one thing that got me going is that when I remember what my professor told me about, about somebody that might have hindered you or an event might have hindered you from actually pursuing on being creative, that became like a driving force or maybe like an inspiration for me to get going or just trying to finish something, complete something.
Mhm.
And yeah, maybe my advice to them is just, don't let anyone tell you you can't do it. Just do it. And then
Wow,
worry later.
beautiful.
And then worry later. Is it any good? Is it bad? Just
Yeah,
do it.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. That's true. It's kind of like for how I'm writing my thesis right now. They just say, just
Mhm.
write. There's like
Yeah,
no YouTube tutorial that's gonna be there to tell you how to write it. You just have to write and
exactly. And just another tip also, if you're writing a book and then what are the editors for, right?
yeah, yeah. What's the thesis advisor for?
Correct.
Oh my
So
god.
yeah. So
Yeah.
there,
Mm.
just do it.
And last but not the least question, what do you hope to achieve with your stories?
I wanted to like, entertain a lot of people because this is a middle grade book. It's geared toward kids. But you know, if you have titas or your dad or mom who's a Gen X or are a millennial who actually reads the book, would find out that there are a lot of references, like pop references, that they would really find entertaining when they read the book. So yeah.
Nice. So that's it for the video, I guess.
Nice, nice. I
Yeah,
really enjoyed it.
it
So
was really nice interviewing you.
thank you. You were a nice interviewer. So you mentioned sorry, we're still recording. Can we just cut
Oh,
that?
I can stop it. Wait.